thank you for joining me for the Vampire Talk Show. I'm your host, Valaine. Val to my friends. My roommate discovered my coffin under the concrete floor of the basement in her new house and woke me up from a 100-year nap. Now I'm reconnecting with old friends, making new ones, and of course, making a podcast. We have a weird and wonderful show for you tonight, but first, let's talk about birthdays. A birthday, technically, is the day of birth, when a human comes into this world from the womb of their mother. And it is now celebrated with such gusto in the USA. Birthday celebrations, especially adult birthday celebrations, weren't always observed. In the late 1800s, it became more commonplace to party down and revel in the victory of going once more around the sun. Celebrating a birthday makes more sense for children back then, though, because child labor laws didn't exactly prolong the health of the wee ones. Now, humans are having birthday weeks, or full birthday months. Although, I can't blame them. It's not like they're here for very long. If I was only here for 70, 80 years, I think I would throw a party every year as well. They only have so many birthdays before expiring. I don't celebrate my birthday, though. I don't even recall when my birthday was. After 600 or 700 years, days all blur together. I do, however, celebrate my death day. The day I was bitten and became the undead diva caressing your ear holes you hear today. I celebrate quietly with some wine blood and reflect on how I've become more amazing with each passing decade. Unbelievable, right? And yes, that's right. Each passing decade. I only celebrate once a decade. Why would I celebrate every year? I would blink and it would be my death day again. So, this is my celebratory year of this decade of my undeaditude. Here's a fun fact for listeners. Producer/roommate Allie, her birthday is the same day as my death day. June 6th. 6-6. Something there. I think there's something to that. So happy birthday, Allie, and happy death day to me. Cheers. On with the show. Tonight's guest has been mentioned quite a few times on the pod. She is a very good friend of mine, and she wanted to visit, especially for my death day, which I appreciate. Please welcome Agatha the Witch.
Hi, Val. How are you?
Hi, Agatha. I'm quite well, darling. I hope the broom travel wasn't too much for you. Where were you coming from?
Oh, just the seventh circle of hell.
Oh, the seventh circle. What are you doing in the seventh circle?
Oh, visiting old friends and relatives and those Puritan sons of bitches that hung all of us back in the day.
Oh, yes. I don't know why you like going down there and cavorting around and that sort of thing.
Well, I like to get my kicks by just poking them a little bit with my broom handle.
Yes, well, glad you're getting your kicks.
Well, Val, you gotta stay spry. You gotta stay spry. And the way to do that is by keeping the spite in your heart,
I would not know anything about that. I try not to keep so much spite in my heart. I do love a good revenge or pettiness, but spite, not so much.
Oh, you don't know what you're missing, Val. You don't know what you're missing. So, Val, I got a bone to pick with you, my dear.
Yes? I'm sorry? A bone to pick with me?
Yes. You've been telling tales out of school, young lady.
What do you mean, telling tales out of school?
Well, you've been You've been talking about some of my dark deeds out in the world, letting regular humans hear all about my dark deeds, and you're not assigning them properly or telling them rightly.
Well, would you like to take the opportunity to tell the nice humans that listen to this podcast about your dark deeds? Is that why you want to come on the show?
Yes. I mean, also happy Death Day to you. But, yes. You said something about me and children.
Yes. I do believe that you do partake in eating children every once in a while.
I gave that up 7 years ago, but you wouldn't know that because you've been sleeping.
Well, 7 years doesn't seem like a long stretch of time, Agatha, especially in our case, since, we're both immortal.
Yes, but, it's one of the hardest things I've ever had to do is give up the baby flesh,
Is it the hardest thing you've ever had to do? Is giving up the consumption of young children?
Yes, I mean, have you ever had a plump little baby in front of you and you just want to eat them up. You just want to take those little cheeks and you want to grab them right off that face and just.
I think that is a common sort of feeling that humans get around children, but I don't think they actually want to eat them.
That's what they say. But I bet, given the chance, they would do it. And if they did, they would become addicted just like old Agatha here.
Now, Agatha, I don't know if humans would actually do that. And I don't recommend, by the way, I do not recommend any humans listening to this podcast actually eat any babies. That is just bizarre and probably frowned upon. And also, I don't want to go to jail for, insisting people eat children. But, Agatha, so you're mad that I said that you have partaken in eating flesh of children, and you just confirmed that you do, in fact, eat flesh of children.
Well, yes, but not anymore. You gotta say that old Agatha just gave it up. She just, one day, just quit cold turkey.
Yeah, sure. I will make sure that disclaimer is in there. Oh, boy. Anything else?
Also, you never mentioned the most interesting part about me.
Well, Agatha, I've been waiting to get you on the show so that we can talk about the most interesting parts about you.
Yes, but, you make me out to be some kind of evil witch.
Well, Agatha, I hate to tell you this, but aren't you an evil witch? You did sell your soul to the devil and that sort of thing. I mean, you are quite evil in a lot of ways.
Yes, but it is my nature. Aha! It's not a choice. It is who I am. Baby, I was born this way.
Well, I guess I can't fault you for that. But, no, one of the most interesting things about you, can I talk about this now?
Yes, go ahead. I think I know what you're gonna say.
So, Agatha, for listeners that don't know, Agatha was actually the inspiration for a lot of Halloween greeting cards. There were a lot of Halloween greeting cards depicting a witch on a broom flying across the sky with a black cat and a pointy witch's hat. And it was one of the first sort of images of witches that was watered down, basically, for Halloween.
Yes, that is completely true. And fun fact for the listeners, the little black cat on the broom was also modeled after my familiar. His name is Cole, and he's still around.
What? He's still around? How old is Cole?
Well, Cole, my little black cat over here.
You brought him. Oh, no. Oh, Allie, I'm so sorry. Agatha, they have cats here, and I'm pretty sure they're very skittish around new animals.
Oh, it's okay. He's just been wandering around and invisible, and the cats are they're okay. They know something's up, but,
Well,
they're
okay,
fine.
it's okay. As long as you keep Cole away from the other cats. But anyway, how old is Cole?
Well, Cole is about, I don't know, about 800 years old, I believe.
800 years old. My goodness. And he's your familiar.
Always been. Always has been. As soon as I signed the devil's book, the devil said, "Hey, I got a present for you, Aggie," and produced this little tiny black kitten out of a piece of coal. And that's why his name is Cole, because the devil made him out of a piece of coal. Isn't that just lovely?
Yes, lovely. Absolutely lovely. So why does the cat live so long?
Well, Val, I don't know how to tell you this, but he's magic. I mean, not just because he's my familiar, but he was literally made from the devil. How is that not computing with you, darling?
Right on, Agatha. Anyway, so yes, Agatha has been the inspiration for basically Halloween witches. And Agatha, how do you feel about that? Like, how did that come to pass?
Well, so I was stealing a baby, right?
Stealing a baby. So we just went over this, and now you're going to tell a story where you're stealing a baby.
Yeah, well, this was before I quit, before I went cold turkey, about 7 years ago. Anyway, so I was stealing this baby, right? And I was stealing it out of a house. And unfortunately, Cole sneezed. Don't look at me like that, Cole. It was you. It sneezed. Cole sneezed and woke up this baby and it started crying. Now, usually I have some sort of sleeping powder with me, but I did not at this juncture have the sleeping powder. So the daddy woke up and he comes in and he sees his little baby girl in my arms and it starts yelling and screaming and I could not stand it. And I didn't have any of my powders or nothing. So I just kind of started rocking the baby. And I was like, "Oh, shush, shush, little baby. Oh, go back to sleep." And the gentleman calmed down because he thought that I was trying to help out. And so I put the baby back in the carriage in the bassinet. And then I said that I had to go because the sun was coming up. I don't like being out in the sunshine with all the birds and the critters and stuff like that. I'm a night person. Anyway, so I said I had to leave. So I got on my broom and I put on my pointy hat. And then I said, "Cole, come on up here." And Cole got onto the broom. And we were about to take off when the gentleman said, "Hey, can you just stay right there? I'll be right back." And he went in and he got his sketch pad and he started just drawing me up. And I said, "What are you doing, son?" And he said, "Well, you a witch, ain't you? Because you on a broom and you have a cat and you have that pointy hat." I only heard about it in stories, never seen one though. I said, "Well, what are you going to do with that?" And he said that he was going to put it on postcards and send it to his friends for Halloween. Now, being a witch, I love Halloween. I love Halloween. It's my favorite time of year. So I was okay with it. I didn't want royalties or nothing. I just wanted him to get me right. So I actually started floating on the broom. And what did he do? He ran back into the house, locked all the doors and windows, and told me to never come back. And I
Wow,
did.
what a tale, Agatha. My goodness. I didn't know that you would be so long-winded.
Oh, I'm sorry, Val. Am I supposed to just say things that are very short so that you can keep talking? Isn't this, a talk show? Aren't you supposed to ask me questions and I'm supposed to talk and people are supposed to, get to know me? You're just the host?
Just the host? Excuse me, Agatha. This is the vampire talk show. It is not the witch talk show. It is not Agatha's talk show.
Yes, but your guests have to be the ones talking most of the time, don't they?
I feel like my show is pretty evenly balanced.
Evenly balanced. Oh, yes. Of course. Uh, but you're the only one that talks in the beginning, am I right?
Yes, Agatha, I'm the only one that talks in the beginning. It's called a monologue, and a lot of talk shows have monologues.
Yes, but don't they usually have things that are relevant, like current events? And don't they have like a team of writers that make them sound like, funny and that sort of thing?
Yes, but I don't have a team of writers, and it's just me, and it's just a little snippet, a little personal opinion about, human things or, that
Yes,
sort of
no,
thing.
I listen to your show, darling. I hear you. I hear you. It's interesting. Sure.
Agatha, are you not a fan of the show? Like, why are you even here?
Oh, I'm a fan. I'm a fan. I think that you should say things that are true and things that, make sense and things that, I think that you might need to be a little bit more given towards your guests, because you seem to railroad them every once in a while.
I railroad my guests?
Well, I guess you just cut in and you say things that, probably aren't that funny and don't really need to be said. By the way, you laugh at your own jokes all the time.
Agatha, why are you here?
Because it's your death day, darling, and I wanted to celebrate your immortality and your undeaditude. Is that what you called it?
Yes, my undeaditude is what I called it in jest, basically.
Yes, well, happy death day and undeaditude to you, darling.
Do you celebrate a birthday or any sort? Do you mark some sort of holiday for yourself, Aggie?
Little Cole here. He has a gotcha day. We celebrate his gotcha day, when I got him from Satan himself.
Yes, yes. I believe Allie and Rob also celebrate Gotcha Days with their pets. Do you do anything special for Cole's Gotcha Day?
Oh, I give him some tuna sashimi now. That Japanese sushi. He really likes that sushi grade tuna. Very much so.
Oh, that's quite generous. I bet Cole really, really likes it.
Yes, I believe he does. He does tell me.
Oh, he talks?
No, he doesn't talk. It's more of a telepathy. And that's not really like a voice in my head. It's more of like pictures and feelings. That's all I see,
Oh, yes. Well, wonderful. Do you do anything for yourself? Like, do you treat yourself to anything, for your induction day, I guess, into witchcraft or your, Halloween or like, what do you do to treat yourself?
Well, it used to be eating a baby. But I gave that up 7 years ago, cold turkey. But now I just like to go to local parks at night and watch young people going around all happy and in love and holding hands like they might be walking through after a date or something. Um, and then I will sprinkle some eau de flatulence all over one of the party, maybe both
Oh,
even.
what?
Yes. So it's a powder I have that if sprinkled on people, they uncontrollably pass wind and until like the next like full moon. And it's embarrassing. And usually the date ends pretty quickly. some of them try to stick it out, and it's really funny to watch. So that's what I like to do in order to, treat myself.
Well, that sounds entertaining, I suppose. Well, great. Well, Agatha, I think that's enough for now. Thank you so much for being on the show. But now it is time for paranormal gossip. So for paranormal gossip, June is just starting to cook. Pride Month is upon us, and hormones are doubling in the heat. Yes, love is in the air, and so I have a personals ad to share. Creature seeking creature. I am a night-crawling creature who loves mud puddles and munching on mushrooms. However, I am looking to break out of my normal pattern and wish to explore the world. Could you be my wings for such an adventure? Wings are a plus, but not required. But I will need to be carried as I am a muddy water monster with little fins. Unless you're a homebody like me and just want to wallow. Really, I am just looking for a companion who may or may not want to adventure, that may or may not have wings, who wouldn't mind picking me up now and then when I need it. Are you that creature? Signed, Mud Maiden.
Oh, isn't that sweet?
Oh, yes, Agatha, you think that's sweet?
Oh, yes. I think it's wonderful when there's longing and heartbreak and everything. That creature is a desperate creature, and I just love a good whiff of desperation on a living thing, you know?
Yes, Agatha. I hope they find the partner that they are looking for. Anyway, if you have a bit of gossip, a misconnection, or a personal sad to share with the show, please email thevampiretalkshow@gmail.com or slide into my DMs on Twitter, Facebook, Insta, or TikTok. Thank you, Agatha, for being on the show.
Oh, it's my pleasure, Val. I hope you have the best death day ever, and I hope that you unlive for another 600 or 700 years, or however long you've been around, darling.
Thank you, Agatha. I appreciate it. That is all for the show tonight, kiddies. And remember, embrace the dark, the strange, and unusual. It just may embrace you back. Please consider becoming a Patreon member of the show. You can be a Baby Bat Sticker Club member where you get stickers every month, or you can be a Tarot Speakeasy member where you can get a tarot reading and tarot cards sent to you every month. Please subscribe on patreon.com/thevampiretalkshow. This has been an Opus Nox Media production. To find out more, go to opusnoxmedia.com.